Getting ready for the next match coming up here. We've got, looks like a saber against a saber and a buckler. Also left-handed saberist and a buckler. Here we waiting for the scorecard to update. Not sure what we're waiting on. Looks like the marshals have something going on with the scorecard. Go ahead and take this time. Thank everybody tuning in. We got Fright 2025. My name is Rick. I'm helping with some of the commentary. And glad to have you here with us. We're doing some HEMA tournament right now. Tomorrow there will be some other excitement. We've got pistol dueling. We're going to have Boo Hurt people doing some pro fight. It's going to be a fun time. Make sure you don't miss it. All right, looks like maybe we're getting ready. All right, here we go. Dropped his weapon. Unfortunate, but you know, every once in a while you find a banana peel. Yeah. Nope, it's having some camera troubles here. Dropped it again. My goodness. They're giving him warnings instead of points. Jeremy Ryan versus Michael Gibbets. Michael putting that buckler out front. That's good bucklering. Got a strike by Orange. All right, we're out of time. See what they have to say here. We're gonna let them have one more exchange. Looks like it. Here we go. Oh, they put 15 seconds back on the clock. Make them count. Oh, he ran right in there. That was... Oh, no. They're calling it a double. All right. We're all tied up at 2-2. Let's get one more, guys. Here we go. Oh. That was exciting. A lot of swinging, a lot of moving around. It looked like a clean hit by Purple to me. Let's see what the marshals say. Looks like they have scored the match a draw. Perhaps we'll see these guys later. Alright, we got our next competitors pulling up here. Looks like Tristan Fackler. No, that's who we just had. Update the scorecard. think we have, oh, no. Got one competitor in the corner there. He's signaling a salute. All right, here we go. We've got looks like a rapier versus a saber and buckler. They're calling that for orange. Looks like it's Tristan Fackler versus Michael Giebitz. Michael just fought. Tried something fancy. Doesn't look like it worked out for him though. Deep thrust to the chest. That looked like a graze to me, but a touch is a touch, and a stab to the head is bad news. He's really running in there using the length of that blade. Doesn't want to get tied up with that shield, I imagine. Here we go. Good use of the buckler, but it looks like they both connected. They're discussing it. Looks like there was some connection made by both fighters. Time has expired though. We're scoring at 12-0. Tristan.
Let's go to a word from our sponsors. Let's go to a word from our sponsors.
Get ready for the most immersive and educational HEMA event of the year. SoCal Sword Fight 2026 will host our largest and most competitive tournament lineup yet. Drawing fighters from across the globe to compete in 27 unique events, 2026 brings together fighters, instructors, and enthusiasts for an unparalleled experience. March 20th through the 22nd at the Sheraton Fairplex and Conference Center. SoCal Sword Fight 2026. You don't want to
All right, we are back. 4-4, we got Jeremy Ryan versus Julia Quash. They're tied up. 20 seconds remain. Tapping. Looks like a pretty solid thrust by Julia there. She's got a rapier and a dagger. Jeremy has only a rapier. Went out of bounds. You only get so much room. And looks like we're done. It does say 2 seconds on the clock, but perhaps the clock was paused. Coming in, looks like we got an arming sword versus a long sword. Looks like arming sword has a reach advantage with his arms, but that long sword is going to be a big advantage. So let's see how our competitors do. Just waiting for everything to update. Got quite a few schools represented here today. Appears that we have the Ironwood, Historic Swordsmanship, United. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm old and my vision sucks. Looks like United Clans Swordsman Association. Ah, look at that. So came in pretty hard with that arming sword. Looked like maybe a pommel strike to the head. They're saying it was a double. He's definitely trying to work that grapple. Makes sense, you know, he's got to get inside that tip so he can take thrusts away, and then they're kind of on even ground. It's a nice cut to the head. Jack Stewart in purple. Time that undercut, Unterhau, depending what style you use. Right over the top, very nice. You know, a lot of these techniques are designed to counter an opponent who is charging in, and it's definitely working in Jack's favor here. We've run out of time. Definitely the length of that longsword is a significant thing to consider. It's part of what makes mixed weapons fun. You don't know what you're going to get. Coming in now, it looks like we got a Messer versus possibly another Messer. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Messer versus Messer. So now you can't blame the weapon. It's definitely going to be a skill thing. We've got Steve Schuckler versus Jeremy Coleman. Steve in orange, Jeremy with a purple armband. Closing in. He just walked right in there and tipped the face mask. Definitely linear. I saw at least 2 or 3 cuts there. They're saying no points. No quality. We're gonna get back into it here though. Okay. Looks like purple landed a more significant strike, I guess. I saw a cut to the arm by orange there, but purple got the face mask. It's not about what I see, it's about what the judges see. Oh, now that was clean. But he did get hit in the head, so that is a double. A little chop to the hand. Orange is still here, folks. I said purple landed one there. Very linear fighting here. Got his offhand. It's part of the adventure. You put that hand up so you can grapple, and it becomes a target. Jeremy taking that match. All right, we got our next contestants coming up here. We've got a rapier versus, looks like a rapier. Maybe that's a saber. At any rate, we've got a fairly equal reach. Fighters are ready. Judges are making a decision over there, it looks like. All right, we're getting set up here. Scorecard is not yet updated. Okay, here we go. We got Michael Giebitz and Julia Kwok. Oh, that was mighty clean. Julia stabbed him right there in the armpit. Good spot, good targeting. There we go. She's definitely hovering right at the edge of his reach. And she got offline. She's definitely got some skills here. Let's see. All right, no exchange. Getting back in there. Here we go. Measuring distance. That looked like a pretty clean thrust by Julia. Yep. It looked like a double. They both made contact there. We can see that Michael is now moving around a little bit more. Not sure how they're going to score that. They did not. So let's move in. Well, time has ended. Julia takes that one. All right. Looks like we have another contestant. Unfortunately, he's not wearing a face mask. Seems pretty confident about being there, though. Yeah, he is remembered. Not unusual, folks. I've been at booher competitions and seen someone get their hand absolutely exploded because they thought they had their gauntlet on, and they did not. All right, we got, looks like a small sword versus a dewsack and a little punch shield. Got Corey Patterson in purple, Jeremy Coleman, or excuse me, Corey is in orange, Jeremy is in purple. Oh, nice shot to the face. They're calling it a double, though. Debris on the field. Looks like tip came off. Getting that tip replaced. Get set up here. We'll try that again. Yep. It's going to require more substantial repair here. Get a little tape going. That shield's interesting. I'd like to know where it came from. If any of you in the chat happen to know what kind of punch shield that is, put it in the chat. Oh. Purple. All right, here we go. They say there was a no, they say continue. Time has expired. Jeremy wins this one. We got our next contestants pulling up here. We got a longsword versus a messer, it looks like. It's going to be hard for that messer to get around that longsword. Jack Stewart in orange, Steve Schuker in purple. Yeah, nice hit by Jack there. He blocked with the strong of the sword, came over the top with this proper striking surface. That longsword, these techniques are very much designed with the thought of someone charging at you in mind. Definitely want to get offline. Self-call there. Despite the shorter blade, Steve's got some points on the board. He gets in there and he can grapple. That longsword becomes more of a liability than a weapon. Time has expired. Jack takes the round. All right, next contestants are lining up now. You can tell you're getting long in the pool when people want to start chatting after every exchange. So we got a longsword, looks like, versus an arming sword. That might be a rapier, folks. Yeah, rapier versus an arming sword. is definitely a challenge of eras. You know, that arming sword is much earlier period than the rapier. Looked like a good strike to the arm, but then he dropped his sword. We got Jeremy Ryan in orange, Chad Sandige in purple. Orange feeling very confident, getting some flurries in there. If you exit the ring, that definitely puts points on the board for your opponent, or it should. Unless I don't understand the rule set. Here we go. Now we're paused. The man with the laptop is concentrating very hard. Here we go. He's ready. Okay. All right. Orange got a strike to the face mask there. And time has expired. Jeremy is the winner. All right, looks like we're coming to the end of this pool. After the pools have finished, we will be moving on to the single elimination semifinal. After that, we will have the finals. Looks like our next competitors are getting ready. Should be probably about done with this. I think I've seen every competitor multiple times, so see how this goes. Generally in pools, you get to fight everybody else in your pool. So if you've got 6, 7, say 7 people in your pool, you're getting 6 matches. Makes sure that you get plenty of fighting. If you make it out of your pool, then you're going to move into the semifinals. That depends on how many people made it to semifinals. You might be fighting 2 matches, 4 matches. They're single elim though, so if you fail in one of those, then you're done for the tournament. Better luck in your next event. We've got 3 different pools all competing right now. We're showing you the main pool here in the front, but we've got 2 more pools, and it looks like they're also wrapping up, so shouldn't be too long here. We'll get into semifinals. All right, looks like we're getting ready. We got a saber, we got a messer. Here we go. That's saber. Solid strike by purple on the left. That's Jack Stewart. He's fighting Corey Peterson. Corey with the saber. Yeah. Corey's got that reach advantage, but he's letting Jack work his way in there close. I believe I fought Jack Stewart at Combat Con one year in Messer. He defeated me. Good times. Looked like a solid shot to the head there. Well, they each saw something different. I'm gonna call that a double. Alright, we got 9 seconds left. Clock is running. Are they gonna engage? No, they paused the clock. Ruling that last exchange a no exchange, it looks like. Here we go. Another double. And time has expired. They're making Jack the victor for that one. All right, we've got 2 new fighters. We got a rapier versus a saber. Possibly a deusac. Julia versus Tristan. Julia working that tip. It looked like they stabbed each other. Not how you want to win these. Here we go. Another double. That was way in the throat. Very good, Julia. Moving in. Looks like Tristan's trying some different stuff. Trying to get that blade offline so he can slip inside. Excellent timing on the part of Julia. That was well executed. He got offline, came over top, nice shot to the head. Did it again. However, it looks like Julia managed to get him as he was getting to the side. Everybody wants to be on camera, folks. Hopefully we can get this guy out of the way. Alright, so Tristan ended up taking that. Got our next competitors up. I don't even know what kind of sword that is. Is it orange there? It looks like like a bastard sword. It's a little too long to be an arming sword, a little too short to be a long sword. He's up against a deusac, looks like. Ye old hand and a half sword. Good footwork. So in orange we got Chad Sandige, and in purple we got Michael Geets. Now, another interloper. There we go. Little shot to the arm there. Ruled it, no exchange. Looks like they each got one, calling it a double. There we go. Orange landed first, but there definitely was an afterblow there. And they've run out of time. Chad wins that one, 8-0. Doing a little swap around here, getting the next contestants ready. Looks like we got a Messer versus a, boy, it's not even a katana. It's the smaller one. Maybe we can get a weeb in here to tell us what kind of sword that is. It's like a wakizashi or something. Orange. Got Steve Schuker versus Jeremy Ryan. That looked like a good cut to the face to me. Judges are saying it is. Our scoreboard went down over there. Hopefully they can get that fixed soon. Looks like we got our tech support, who's also our marshal.